Like, in your time, you made more money in New York City on the streets, or you made more money?
DC.
DC just took it to another level?
Yeah, DC took me to a whole nother level, definitely, DC.
Okay, DC made you a millionaire?
Oh, no question. Yeah.
By far?
2 or 3 times, yeah.
2 or 3 times?
Yeah, DC was definitely... I sold over 10,000 keys in DC, yeah.
Over 10,000 keys in DC?
Yeah, definitely. DC was definitely... I definitely should be holding right now, but money's a little funny, but you know, things happen, man. Things happen for a reason, man. Like I said, I could be dead. I could have AIDS, you know. But, you know, money didn't make me. I made money, so I'm not really, you know. I remember losing $750,000 one hooker.
$750,000?
Yeah, with this girl.
How'd you do that?
Well, because I had like $750,000 stashed in a garage, right? And this is when I got busted. This is when I first got busted. I had like $750,000 stashed in a garage of that building I told you in Virginia.
Right.
And this girl that I thought I wanted to be with, other than my wife, was in my life. I had bought her family a house in Maryland for like $265,000. Me and her was sneaking around. Her man was doing business with me. Her man used to come spend like $400,000, $500,000 with me every month.
Okay.
But I was boning his girl on the side too. But I didn't find out that she was his girl until later on.
Right.
But I didn't stop after I found out. So I was getting my cake and eating it too.
Right.
So, and I started building a relationship with her. So I wound up getting cool with her family and all that. And I wound up buying them a house out in Maryland for me and her can have a spot to meet at, this and that. Where that way the dude wouldn't be suspicious about where she was going, because she can always say, because she hung out with her family.
Right.
So now if I got them a spot where she can hang out at, the whole basement was mine.
Right.
And I can always use this house for property if I had to too.
Right.
So that took place. I was looking out for her and was treating her nice. The first day I went to dinner with her, I gave her like $1,800.
Okay.
Her and her girlfriend. And how I did that was because her man he had his foot in her neck. He wasn't. You know, when I met her, it was wintertime. She had on a summer jacket.
Right.
So I knew she wasn't getting hit off the way she was supposed to get. She was a pretty girl too.
Right.
She was fine. And so we had dinner or whatever, and after dinner I said, you know what? I'll see you again and all that. She was like, yeah, we'll meet up again. I'll call you. I said, well, here's $1,000. And her friend was pregnant from his lieutenant.
Right.
And she had on, you know, tight pants where she couldn't button up, and she was pregnant.
Right.
And I said, you know, I had about like $1,800 left on me. I said, yo, here's $1,000 for you and here's $800 for you. Go buy yourself some maternity clothes and you just here. But that was just my thing to just leave it in their head like, man, he getting it.
Right.
If he can give us $1,800, he getting it. Because I know it was like cheese on a trap. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
It was like cheese on a trap. You know, you ain't gonna catch a mouse with an empty trap. So that was always my thing. Put a little cheese on the trap, and once they nibble at it, snap their neck.
Right.
So I did that. That left an impression on her. And one thing led to another. We started getting one another. I waited about 4 or 5 months before I hit it, and went to Atlantic City with the family. You know, penthouse suites up in Atlantic City, just laying it down, driving the NXX. I had just bought the NXX. I went and bought me an NXX. She driving it. I'm just laying it down, showing her that, yo, I'm rolling. And so she again, we started dating, and things started getting a little serious and all that. My wife never found out about her, and she was like my mistress, so to speak.
Okay.
Because I was married at the time, and it was so funny because her aunt, my wife didn't even know at the time that this was her aunt, and she had got dressed in the house that I bought.
Yeah.
This was like a whole other life from my wife.
Right.
So, but my wife ain't stupid. She come to find out later on. But again, how I lost the $750,000 was we can go into details on that. There's more to come. But how I wound up losing $750,000. So I got busted on this case here, and I was afraid if I got that kind of money to my wife, she was gonna clown me because she would find out that I was sleeping with all these women, and she would find out about this girl here and all that.
Right.
So she would mess around, take that money, and you know, you hear about it all the time, how women get that money and roll out.
That's right.
So I'm thinking like, yo, she gonna find out, she gonna clown me, and then that's my security money right there.
Right.
So instead of giving it to my wife, the girl's aunt, the girl that I'm talking about, her aunt was married to this kid named KK, and me and him was cool.
Right.
you know, he was kind of like doing little things for me and all that, like driving up to New York sometime and bringing it back. So me and him was cool. So I knew that they had the house out in Maryland. So I was saying, well, so I told my wife, I said, listen, go to the garage, get the briefcase. I had like in a little James Bond like briefcase, 150, right. 750 in there. So I said, yo, go to the thing, give it to KK and let him stash it right now while the feds is, you know, on the stroll right now. Right. So she did that. She did it. She did it under duress though. She didn't want to do it because she felt that they was gonna clown me. And again, I didn't listen to her. She told me many things that I didn't listen to, and they wound up coming to bite me later on in my ass. Okay. But so I didn't listen to her. I didn't think she knew what she was talking about. I thought she just was being greedy, and she wanted to hold on to that so she could clown me. So she did that for me, and she got that to them and all that. Make a long story short, they wound up clowning me. The uncle. So one day the feds is kicking in doors and charging people with certain things. So they go to the girl. The girl name was Michelle. They go to the girl Michelle's house. So she gets scared. She wants to move. So she needs. So I'm trying to get her like $10,000 so she can go get some furniture and move into this new apartment. For the feds won't know where she's at. Okay. And so I told her, I said, look, go see your uncle. This was the first time they opened up the briefcase. I said, go see your uncle, but don't let him. I told her the combination to the little safe out, the little lock that was on it. Go see your uncle. Tell him to give you that briefcase. Don't let him see what's in it. And go ahead and take a stack of 50s. That's 10,000 right there. Take that. So she did everything totally opposite. She let the man see the money. She let him see the money that was in the briefcase. And you know what money do to people. So she seen the money. She took the 10,000. She closed it back up or whatever. She let him see the combination. And now she puts it back into the stash that he knows. So I'm in jail now. They kicking his door now. Then now they find out that he may have knew more than what he would know. So they kicking his door. He all scared. He got the money stashed somewhere. He don't want to tell nobody where the money at. He got it in the ground. You can't have money in the ground unless you close it up right and do the right thing to it. So he got the money in the ground under his dump truck, under the wheel of his dump truck at a outside garage. It's raining. Days done passed. It's raining. It's getting into the briefcase and all that. I wound up losing about $300,000 in that process because the money got all mildewed up and all wet. I had to give him $150. I had to give him like $150 before I lost the money. I bought her like a ring. I bought her a ring for like $35,000. Okay. Like a little engagement wedding type joint. I bought it for her. So when the feds finally came and snatched her up and scared her up, she gave them about $450,000. Oh my God! So altogether, I lost like $750,000 in that transaction.